And now, the man who's the beacon for our business. He shines the light on the right path. The man who's guaranteed to make us smile. Please welcome, forever President, Gregg Maughan.
Wow, I love Hawaii. Are you enjoying the global rally? Wow, me too. It's been amazing. You know, I want you to know there's a lot of people involved in making this event successful. They've been working very, very hard. I know they've been putting long hours in. They've been putting their heart and soul into this to make it the very best event for you. Especially Nick Woodward-Shaw and his entire team have been working so hard for you. Let's give them a big round of appreciation. Put your hands together to say thank you to all those guys who are working so hard for you. Now, let me ask you a question. When you got up this morning and got dressed for this event, did you think about which shoe you were going to put on first? Did you actually go, is it the right one or the left one? Of course not, right? It's a habit of you just putting your shoes on. It's kind of like the habit of me putting my suit on this morning. Well, I want to talk a little bit today about habits, these subconscious routines. You know, the things that are second nature where you don't have to think about it. You just do it. It's kind of like driving, a learned routine that becomes a habit and automatic. So when you see those tail lights go off in front of you, you don't have to do an emergency stop. You just do it automatically. We're all creatures of habit, and that got me thinking, what are the habits of great distributors in forever? What habits do we need to lose, change, or introduce to become those great distributors? So let me put this idea to you. What if all those actions required to be not just a good but a great distributor became habit? It became second nature. You just did it all the time. Wouldn't that make life easier? Wouldn't you just do them instinctively and you would know exactly what you would need to do? How much easier would life be? How much more success would that bring you? Now, I'm sure you've heard the phrase, why change the habit of a lifetime? Well, let me tell you why. Because if we change our habits and we instinctively do the right thing in the right way, then we learn to work smarter. And we become more productive. We can spend our time actually doing the things that will help us achieve our dreams. Then we lead by example, and our teams, they'll pick up those habits also. And they become more productive. Don't we want more productive distributors in our downline? Now, how do we change our habits? How do we make them work for us? Well, as I said before, we're creatures of habits. And, you know, the researchers say we spend 40% of our day-to-day activities doing our habits. We don't even think about them. They become automatic to us. Those things like getting dressed, like driving, they become second nature, don't they? Half the time you can't even remember doing them. They just happen. Some habits are good, like exercising regularly, eating good foods, and some of them are not so good, like watching television way too much for some of us, or eating that fried food, you know, that kind of puts a little bit of that on us, right? Well, don't sit there worrying about your bad habits, okay? Because we can change them. We can make them better. We can replace bad habits with great habits. So, some of our bad habits we create because we're procrastinating. You know, the things we need to do, we're not getting to them quick enough, and it's easier to do the bad habits. We're just filling our time, not being productive. Well, the good news is habits, like I said, can be changed and relearned. So don't sit there and worry about them, because let's get ready to change our habits. Do you think you can change your habits? All right. Well, you know what? When we introduce new habits in our life, it helps us have more excitement, have more zest for life. So let's start right now by trying to rid ourselves of those bad habits. We got to be committed to that. We're going to swap them for new ones. Can we swap them for new ones? Oh, that's not a commitment. Come on. Can we swap our bad habits for new ones? Thank you. Now, let's first talk about what a habit is. Studies agree that it's a 3-step loop. First, you have the cue, then it goes to the routine, and then there's a reward at the end. That's pretty simple to understand, right? The more we practice these, the more it becomes automatic, and it turns into a habit. So, how do we change these routines, these habits that we have? Let me give you a simple example. The cue is boredom, all right? The routine is turning on the television. How many of you come home from a long day and it's a habit to go right to the TV, turn it on, and you sit down? And the reward sometimes is some mental stimulation, right? And you can just relax and sit there, okay? Well, that might be okay up to a certain point, but if we watch too much TV, we can waste too much time, can't we? So how do we change that? Well, let me tell you, what we need to do is we need to look at the routine. How do we change the routine? So when that cue, the boredom happens, when we start feeling bored, instead of turning on the TV, we need to change the routine. Now, what are some things that we can change? Well, for example, we could talk to our family members. You know, there's other people in our house there that we can sit and talk to and get to know better. You know, what about calling our team members, our downlines, and saying, how are you? And checking in on them and motivating them. That's much more productive than sitting there and watching TV. Or maybe we can jump over to the gym and start doing some exercises and getting more healthy and feeling stronger and better. These are the ways you can change. That reward then is much better than just that mental stimulation, sitting and watching the TV. Now, what we need to do is analyze our lives. We need to think about why we do the things we do. We need to understand what's our cue. Why do we have such craving for certain things? The bad things. How do we feel when we get them? Have you ever eaten, you know, one of those nice big chocolate cakes, and you only wanted a little sliver, and then you ate more and you ate more and you ate more, and then how do you feel afterwards? The reward isn't that good, is it? You're sick. You know, it's sitting there right in your belly. So remember that reward. Change your routine, and then the reward will be exactly what you want. And we need to think how that reward's going to make us feel. That will motivate us to change our routine. So we got all these little habits that waste our time. I want you to think of what's your habits that waste your time. I want you to make a commitment today that you can change those habits. You can change the routine and get a better reward and help grow your forever business to be successful like you want it. So if you identify those things, then it's going to help you create greatness in your business. Now understand why you've changed and believe that you can do it. Believe in the results that you can get. Belief is so important in this business. It's the number one thing. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can change those habits, and believe that you can have success. You know, there's nothing stopping us from introducing new habits, new routines, or behaviors into our daily routine. I was recently reading a book called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. And he wrote about the great Olympian Michael Phelps. You know who that is, right? Michael Phelps? You know, Michael had the perfect physique of a great swimmer. But to become a gold medal winning champion, to become the best in the world, Michael needed a little bit extra. He needed habits that would make him the strongest swimmer in the pool, not just physically, but also mentally. We all know great athletes who fall short in those big events, don't we, in that big race? Well, Michael's coach taught him to mentally visualize a perfect race and play that thought over and over again, right when he gets up in the morning, at the end of the day, and right before a big race. He's playing that videotape in his mind of that perfect race. How simple is that? What's the videotape that's playing in your mind? You know? Think about that. Some of us sometimes play a videotape of maybe not so successful things. Maybe we don't believe too much in ourselves. I want you to take that videotape out and put a new one in. And that videotape I want you to have is you being here on stage at a global rally, receiving a chairman's bonus check. Or maybe it's you driving your new car into your garage. Can you see it? Can you visualize what dreams you have and make sure you play that every morning, every night, over and over again? That's going to give you the belief and the power to continue to move on and get closer to your dreams. Now, sometimes the smallest change of habit can have the biggest impact. Duhigg also talked about a leading aluminum company called Alcoa. Now, this company was in big trouble, so they brought in a new CEO to try to change and get better results. Imagine to their surprise when he announced that his focus would be not profit, not productivity, but employee safety of all things. Everyone thought he was crazy. But guess what happened? Within 1 year, profits hit record high. The company was doing better than ever. How did it work? Well, the CEO knew he had to transform the company. But he also knew that you just can't order people to change. You got to help them. You got to motivate them. So guess what he did? He tried to change their habits. And what he did is he introduced a new habit in the corporation. And that habit was that anytime there was an injury within the company, that the company president would have to call the CEO within 24 hours and report the accident. Now, what did this do to the company? It started people talking and listening and using suggestion boxes to find ways how to prevent accidents. They started building new corporate habits. And guess what the result was? Increased safety, reduced costs, better quality, higher productivity, and higher profits, just by changing a habit. That's what can happen in our business. It's force of habit. Now, what are habits of great distributors? What can we learn from our leaders about the habits that they have? You know, I started by this presentation by imagining if you could develop those habits, what kind of results could you get? What behaviors can change or you introduce so that you're not a good distributor? We know you all are good, but we want you to be great. And you need to have great habits in order for you to get there. So, what kind of habits do we have? Like using our products on a daily basis, right? How many use the products daily? Use all of the products. You are a product of the product. It's so important to be an example of that and to make sure that is just a daily automatic thing that we're using the products. Feel the benefits, share them. When we make the products a daily habit and people see that, they will follow and duplicate that. What will that do to our business? Of course, it's going to help increase it. What other habits? For example, like working with the right people. So important to make sure that you are with people who have the same desires and same dreams as you. Don't waste your time with people that don't want to work with you. Don't be pulling people, let them follow you. What about habits like making you more productive? Not just being busy. How many of you have a habit of talking to someone and all of a sudden you hear ding on your phone and you quickly go to it to see a text message or an email? Well, guess what? That's a bad habit because you're talking to a person. Give them the importance. Make sure they know that you're concerned about them, not about what's on your phone. That will make you more productive. What about habits to build your knowledge? Reading books, getting good material, positive material that will help you to advance and progress. So important. How about a habit to make your business fun and be a little bit more creative in the ways that you go about recruiting and teaching your distributors? Don't just say the same thing over and over again. Make it a habit to create some fun in your group. Make it a habit to be happy. If you're happy, guess what? You're a magnet, and people will want to be around you and come to you. Now, you want some more examples of habits of successful distributors? Who better to ask than some of our great leaders that we have? And I did exactly that. I spent some time with some of our top leaders. And the first one that I want to share with you is from Nigeria. Where's Nigeria at? Can I hear from you, Nigeria? Did you know Nigeria is selling almost 30,000 case credits a month? Isn't that incredible? And that's because the Nigerians have great habits. And one of those great leaders is Oma Atta. Where's Oma at? Hello, Oma. Oma's a new Eagle Summit member, 7.5K qualifier, having great success. I asked her, give me one great habit that you have that helps you become successful. And what she told me, and I love this because it's part of the mission statement, she told me her habit is integrity. Oma has the habit of being totally honest with her prospects and people and her team. How important is that? To make sure we're not overselling, but that we're being completely honest with people. They appreciate that so much, and you build those bonds of trust with them. That is so important. So make sure that you have a habit of being integral, of being honest, of making sure you're being forthright with the people that you're dealing with. Thank you, Oma, for that. I appreciate you. How about where are the great distributors of Italia? Where's Italia at? Come on, let me hear you, Italia. All right, well, there we go. Now they're rolling. Grazia. I asked the great leaders of Italia, Anna and Adelino Bosanello. Where are you, Anna and Adelino? They also are new Eagle Summit members, 7.5K qualifiers, having tremendous success. And I asked them, what is your habit in creating great success? They told me that it's enthusiasm. They are always positive. They have a positive spirit. They go around and make sure they share that with everyone with a big smile, with patting on the back, giving people encouragement. How important is that to become successful and forever? Extremely, extremely important. Make it a habit to be happy, to be positive, and to make sure others feel that energy that you have. So thank you, Anna and Adelino, for that. Next up, where's France? Vive la France! Hey! Well, I asked Joel Bonafoy. Where's Joel Bonafoy? One of our top distributors in the forever world, a 12.5K qualifier, diamond manager, very, very successful. And she told me a few things that I thought were very, very interesting and very important in our business and how we can become more productive. Let me share that with you. She gets involved with making sure before she goes to sleep at night that she writes down the 6 most important things that she's going to do, the 6 most important tasks for the next day. And then when she wakes up, she knows exactly what she needs to do. She's motivated to get those 6 tasks done. I thought that was very interesting. Think about it the night before, exactly what you need to do the next day. Then you're focused, you head off into that direction, and you know what you're going to do. So I really think that's important. I hope you all make that a habit. Thank you, Joel, for that. Now, the last person I asked about habits is a man who's having tremendous success in forever. He's a 12.5K qualifier. He's a new double diamond manager. He's from Nigeria. And I asked him to come out here on stage with us. Please give a big round of applause to John Ekperigin. John, are you having a good time in Hawaii?
Great time, fantastic time.
Beautiful weather,
Very
beautiful
lovely.
people, fun times, right?
Lovely people.
I think we should make it a habit to come back to Hawaii.
Oh, yes.
Is that a good habit to have?
Yes.
So, John, I know you share with me about the importance of having great habits in order for us to be successful. Share a little bit why that's important to you with our friends here.
Having great habit is very important because it affects the result of your business. In fact, you need to make a lot of sacrifice if you must have great habits. You need a lot of discipline if you have great habits. And also, you need to be consistent because little things you do every day as a routine can bring about great results. And so it makes your habit and brings about productivity and takes you to the top in the business.
Absolutely. You know, so John, you mentioned about getting it done every day, doing those daily things. What are some of the daily things that you do to make you a successful distributor?
It begins with the products. Products we use daily, from your personal care products and the products that you take in, your products as anti-stress products, products you take in that gives you a lot of energy for the day's work, products that keeps you healthy. At least 12 products every day I take to keep me going in the business.
You need a lot of energy, don't you, John?
I need it.
I know you work long and hard and long days, lots of hours. You know, 12.5K qualifier.
Yeah.
Double diamond manager.
Yeah.
I think I forgot. How many managers is that? First generation managers?
50.
50!
Yes.
50! Can you imagine how much time he spends building people to be leaders? So when you're working with your people, what do you do? What kind of habits do you like to teach them so they can become successful?
Well, we concentrate on developing leaders. And daily, there are habits to ensure that every leader knows what he's doing. And every week, we have to meet with all the leaders. We teach them a habit of reading. Because everything you read affects your business. So reading, we share a book every week. And then the knowledge we got from the book, we take it to our team. Because it surely affects the team from the grassroots.
Absolutely.
So every week, we read every book every week.
That's an excellent suggestion. Get that positive stuff into you, right? You need that positive power. Now, I also understand you do meetings with your leaders consistently. Tell our friends about that.
Well, we do weekly meetings with our team. We teach them how to present the product opportunity. We teach them how to do demonstration of the product's efficacy. And then we teach them also how to share the product knowledge. So if we do this consistently with the leaders, of course, they go down to their team so that they press on this knowledge to the team, and of course the results is enormous.
Yeah, actually, and you told us the other day on Monday when you were speaking to the 5K group and above, you were telling them that every Monday you meet with your leaders and you teach the Eagle Manager program, the Chairman's Bonus program, and that's a habit, right? Every Monday you get your people to come, is that right?
Right.
And do they come?
Of course, yes, they come, because they are interested. So when we get them together, we have to create their awareness. Let them know the benefits of qualifying for the Chairman's Bonus. Let them know the requirements. And then teach them how they can walk through the requirements from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And they will follow through. We make sure that they are doing it. Every month, we also review the requirements and ensure that they are meeting the requirements. And of course, even the Eagle Summit, Eagle Managers requirement, we also teach the leaders, because they go back now to work on the managers to ensure that they all qualify for the Chairman's Bonus.
John, can you remember how long have you been doing those Monday meetings now?
We've been doing them for over 10 years now.
Over 10 years. Over 10. John,
10
is there any time you wake up a Monday morning and you say, I don't want to do this meeting anymore?
Never a time.
Because
I'll keep on doing it because results comes out.
And it became
That's
a
good.
habit, right?
Of course,
And you know that's what you need to do.
Exactly.
That's exactly what we're talking about, guys, is you wake up every Monday, you know you got that meeting, you're excited for it because it brings what, John?
Results.
The results. Do we want the results?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, John at
Thank you,
Carrigan, Double Diamond Manager, 12.5K qualifier, champion of forever.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, let me ask you something. Do you think these people, John and these other great leaders that we asked about their habits, do you think they're successful just because they're lucky? Or that by chance they made it there? I can tell you that that's not the case. The case is that they found the right habits, and they do it on a daily basis over and over and over again. Consistent action. That is what has brought them great results. Now, I'm sure some of these habits are already second nature to some of you, but some of you need to learn them. And I hope you're inspired today that you can make a commitment to make those great habits become a part of your daily routine. But just like any change in your life, you have to want to do it. I can't make you do it. Rex can't make you do it. You have to do it from within. You have to have that desire and that power yourself. You need that burning desire to become great. You need to understand exactly what it is you want to achieve in this business. So, if we can change our habits and we can instinctively do the right thing in the right way, then we learn to work smarter, don't we? And we learn to get better results. And we learn to become productive. Because don't we want to achieve our dreams in forever? Don't we want to get big, big dreams? Now, just before I go, I want to talk to you about a habit that I would like for us to adopt here in forever. This means not just, I'm not just asking you, but I'm asking me, and I'm asking the entire staff of Forever and the country managers, and I'm asking Aloe Vera of America and Forever Nutraceuticals and anyone who's related to the Forever world. I would like for us to create what I call a keystone habit, a habit that every single one of us does every day. And I really believe in this habit. I consider it vital to everything we do as a company and as individuals. If we adopt this habit, then it will have an impact on everything we do. Our businesses, our personal relationships, our happiness. So, do you want to know what the forever keystone habit is? Are you prepared and committed to follow through and make this a daily habit? My friends, the forever keystone habit is to smile. Now, how easy is that? Is there anyone here today that says, I can't do that? To smile. Make it a habit to smile. You're walking down the street, smile. You're in an elevator, smile. We all can smile more. It's funny, today we were taking pictures with some of the chairman's bonus qualifiers upstairs this morning. And there was one lady that walked in with her check and she was like this. Only one. There was only one. Everyone else was smiling and happy. I hope she's out here and she knows who I'm talking about right now. Because you need to smile more. You want that check to be bigger? Smile more. Get that smile on your face. Are you smiling right now? Smile. I can tell you it makes us more attractive to our teams, to our prospects, to our customers, even to our significant others. It's easier to solve issues if you're happy and you're positive. This forever keystone habit is going to be rolled out across the company, as I said, and is something that will provide great results for all of us. It's going to have a great effect on our whole operation. As well as generating happier people, my hope is that smile will help us to identify areas of our operation that we can improve in. Now you might ask, how's that happen? Just like Alcoa focused on safety, Forever's going to focus on smiling. And by smiling, we hope to find areas that we can improve on. Now, it's kind of like looking at the products or maybe our operations. If we're not smiling, that means we need to fix that problem, don't we? That means we're not happy with what's going on. So I ask you to take a look at your life. Take a look at what you're doing in your business. And if something that you're doing isn't making you smile, that means you need to change. You need to look at the habit. You need to look at that cue and the routine and change the routine so that the reward is a smile. Do you understand that? I hope that we all can become ambassadors of smiling. I hope when you leave here today, you walk out with the biggest smile you've ever had on your face. Because I promise you that that's going to bring you success and results in your business. And you know, Forever Business is not just a business. It's your life, isn't it? And it's going to affect your life in so many positive ways. I want you to know that we love you, that we care about you, that we want the very best for you, that we want you to have all of your dreams come true. And I know by smiling, it will happen to you, you, and you. My friends, this has been an amazing day for me, an amazing week. The Global Rally has been a dream for us for many years. We've talked about this over and over again. And it's a dream coming true to live this with you. I'm so happy to be with Forever. I'm so happy to be with you, to be associated with you. You inspire me, you motivate me, and you bring me a big smile on my face. I love you all, and I wish you the very best. Aloha!